Nice haircut, G.I. Jane. Oh, look who's coming over here.
Hey, welcome back to the Age Grouper podcast. I'm Steve.
I'm Josh.
Have one of these, mate.
Yeah.
Megan, we just started the podcast! And welcome back to the Age Grouper podcast. I almost fucked that up. Hello, I'm Steven.
I'm Josh.
Have one of these, mate.
Thanks.
Not so moist, actually, surprisingly.
Well.
Yeah. You've dried them just previous.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to the audience.
They're getting wetter as we speak. It's
Anyway.
a condition, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's it called?
I forgot what it's called, but people have like surgery to stop it.
Oh,
Yeah. Interesting fact there for you.
well, good. I now
I
feel
just
bad.
live with wet palms, you know?
Yeah, and so if someone were to make a joke about it, would you go up onto the stage and slap them?
With my wet palm.
Yeah.
It would be like a...
You'd Will Smith them.
Will Smitham.
It's actually now it's a I was gonna say acronym, but that is not the word I'm after.
It's a metaphor?
No,
it's a...
no, it's an onomatopoeia.
It sounds like it is.
It sounds like a Will Smitham.
Anyway, shall we move on?
Yeah, sorry. All right, so so this episode is the Oceanside 70.3 preview, where we're going to go into a bit of a deep dive into the list of people who are racing, into the course. We're going to give you the thoughts that we have with the race.
Yeah.
But before then, let me just I've actually written a poem for you, mate. Neither you or Ben have actually heard it yet.
No, we are fresh to this, so this should be awesome.
All right, so before I actually get into the poem, I thought I would tell you why I wrote this poem, where it was coming from in my mind. You know, an artist there's always a deeper meaning.
Yeah, of course.
This poem was written because I was always wondering, why are Lionel and Sam, why do they hate each other so deeply? And I happen to know the story, and so in a poem form, I'll tell it for you.
Oh, right. Okay.
Keep in mind that I can't actually read. Okay. Lionel, oh Lionel, a big-chested oaf, warm under the covers like a freshly baked loaf. What's that? He feels a disturbance. His whoop scores are getting low. In the distance, he hears a faint yo, yo, yo. In walks the big unit, his mouth open wide. Lionel, oh Lionel, may I please come inside? Terror, fear, apathy, and love. A symphony of emotions rushed into the big hairy chest from above. His frown turns into a little smile as he realizes what's about to happen. He exclaims to Sam, "Come snuggle up, Captain." Sam squeals with glee as he snuggles up tight. He feels Lionel's bulging biceps. He admires their might. Yes. But in a quick turn that he could never have seen coming, Lionel's big buys began giving him a drumming. Right hook, left hook, his head is getting beaten in. Irrespective of Sam's best wishes, Lionel's fists have chosen sin. Thank you.
That was actually better than I thought it was going to be. I did have concerns there. That was really good.
Thank you. I mean,
maybe you should start every weekly podcast with one of those.
You know, I was gonna do that,
how time consuming was that?
That might have taken me like 3 hours.
I mean, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be honest, like with my work, I do sit there in dead silence a lot of the time, and like my brain is working really low levels, so I was just chinning up in my head the whole time.
That is really good. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
And it moved me, you know.
Well, now you know.
It took me on a journey.
The ups and downs.
Yeah. Real roller coaster journey.
Anyway, all right, fine. Let's get into the podcast then. We've had a bit of effing around, but so Oceanside, mate.
Big race.
The big hitters come out for the big race.
Kind of.
But not the big hitters though.
The medium.
The sort of medium dads. So, you know, to start off with, I feel like I'm thinking you were saying we should give our top 3, but maybe
maybe do that in a bit.
We could leave that.
Yeah.
But I reckon we should go into like, you know, guy by guy, your expectations for the race.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with our old mate Lionel Sanders, and mate.
I mean, yeah, his expectations, as most expectations would be, he comes first. right? He's ranked slightly behind Gustav and Jan in the top 3 rankings, so he should win this race.
True.
As it stands. However, it is Lionel, and we have expressed concerns on previous chats about certain things he may or may not be doing in training. So I really don't know what to expect from it. I think his run will be good. I now have faith in his run. I think his run's really good. The other two, his bike will be all right, I guess.
Yeah, well, funny, like, the thing that made me nervous is watching Talbot's those videos that he does before the races.
The race week video?
Yeah, the race weeks. And, man, Lionel is, like, he's shitting it, hey.
Yeah.
Like, in that video, I mean, I need to take his dog to the vet or something weird like that. Anyway. But in that video, he's, like, freaking out. And I would be too, to be honest. Like, that's how I expect all these guys to be before a race. Yeah. And normally they're kind of like... They're
chilled out.
Well, they're similar to, like, Rudy von Berg. Like, he was also on that video. He's like, he's like he has the weirdest accent.
Yeah, where is he?
You know, I actually know where he's from.
Yeah.
He's French, but American. So he's a French American, and that's why he has this, like, weird, this very strange, like, subtlety. Yeah. It's like if an American was subtle. I reckon. Like, that's Rudy von Berg.
Yeah, he's actually quite a good guy for an American. I don't mind him.
Yeah, true.
But anyway, I worry that Lionel has built this cumulative effect over this training period of this is where it all comes together. I have discovered how to swim without trying, feel the water. I've been doing lots of biking, way more biking volume than I ever used to. And I'm doing all this stuff. I'm training better. And, like, he's built it up to, like, if it doesn't go well in this race, it's like it could all... I mean, it probably won't because he's a pretty resilient guy. But, like... It doesn't fare well, put it that way, with St. George not that far away. So
true. I feel like Lionel has the expectation that he has wheels in his shoes now. Like, the way that he thinks about it, it's like this race he's just going to have some extra weaponry that he's not expecting.
I mean, maybe he does. Maybe we're wrong and he actually has. But it's a little bit like the boy who cried wolf, and he's said similar things before. And
then he comes out 7 minutes back in the swim.
Or he messes up his nutrition off the bike and he's can't run. So I mean, I'll believe it when I see it, but I don't know. Yeah.
Lionel, the thing with Lionel that I reckon, he's exciting to root for because of his deficiencies. Yeah. So, like, a guy like Sam Appleton would be such a pain to root for because he's going to come out first in the swim.
You know what's happening.
He's going to smash the bike and then he's just going to get eaten alive in the run.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas Lionel, it's like, oh shit, he's, like, really far back in the swim.
This will be fun.
It's like, he's having to power back. He's not going to have anything for the run. And then just, like, grunts his way into first and second. So it is exciting.
Guys to support. I'm sure it'll be a great spectacle either way. You know? But, concerns.
But you know what, actually, I reckon we just dive into it right now. But my concerns with Lionel is actually more specific to this race and the field that's actually in the race. Because I was looking, and so let me just see my little list here. Yeah. So
I know where you're going.
The front pack of the swim, they are flying. Yeah. Like, there is no way he's getting in the front pack this race.
And he tries to get in the front pack as well. That's the problem with him.
Well, also, I mean, like, we're sort of treading on what we're supposed to talk about later. But, like, that swim is straight out into the surf. So, like, tough ocean swimming. So basically breaks. So if you're a good swimmer, like, you're gonna get a gap early, and then it flattens out for the rest of the swim, so you can maintain that gap. So it's like it's a bit of a nightmare for a not a very good swimmer. Yeah, I agree. I think it's certainly I don't know. It's certainly not a great course for him, I don't think. Maybe the heels on the bike. Like, I don't mind him with heels because he's not really that aero. Like, he's more like big power. True. Like, you know, a big powerful guy. But I mean, I was just thinking about that swim. I mean, this swim is going to be, like, flying. Got Ali Brownlee. Great. We got Rudy von Berg, who I actually looked up recently. In the last race that he did with Lionel, he outswam him by, like, 3.5 minutes. And that was, like, last year, since Lionel's, like, actually improved his swim. So him, Rudy von Berg. We got Sam Appleton, who is a gun in the water.
He's literally, like...
He might be the best.
Best swimmer.
Well, because in the Collins Cup, him and Frodo were, like, going head to head, and really then I looked at 70.3 Geelong. He came out ahead of bloody Amberger.
And Amberger's like a
He's supposed to be like uber
A
swimmer.
professional swimmer.
Yeah. So you got
And
all those,
Canute.
and then Ben Canute can really swim. And so that makes me nervous because those
That
guys
contact
can
is gonna
like,
be so far
especially
out.
Von Berg, funnily enough. Like, you
Mhm.
know, was it 70.3 Worlds where he went to the front
Yeah, he did.
and he just
Yeah.
annihilated that bike.
Yeah,
Like he
did.
was flying. And so
And he
it
just
makes me
couldn't hold
nervous.
on, but like, yeah, true.
And then who's Lionel got? So if he's going to come out in the second pack, he's got McKenna.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know if Matt Hansen's doing it. You heard he might not be.
I just didn't see him in
He's
in
on the
Talbot's
start,
video.
officially on the PTO. He's on the start list.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he is doing it or not, but he'll be around then.
But certainly no strong bikers.
No, I mean Hansen's all right. Yeah, there's no one really. Yeah.
Not really, man.
Nah.
Like the strong bikers, funnily enough, are like Appleton and those boys in the front
Yeah.
those are the guys who I'd want Lionel to be with. And by the way, this is all just aimed on how Lionel can win the race. Like,
Yeah.
we don't really care about anybody else.
You really want him to win this.
I really want him to. Like, I'm going to be really disappointed.
So is that how you see it playing out? You see a big gap off the swim. You see it holding through the bike.
I would say...
Or Lionel claws back.
I don't know. Well, that's where this, like, training that he's been doing will come to
He seems to be obsessed with staying within himself. That was more in the Ironman distance, I guess.
True.
But like last year, I remember him biking real, like middle of the pack, just being like happy to sit back
True.
and hold himself.
Mm.
So I don't know if he's going to take that attitude today. I mean, sorry, in this race, 70.3 probably not. He'll probably go a bit harder.
Mm.
But I mean, I don't see him getting a whole lot back on those guys, really.
Yeah, I mean, it does depend on the form those guys are in, because listening to that, Rudy Von Berg has been ill for the last like couple months.
Yeah.
And then built up, and
Yeah.
then bloody hell, what's his name? Gee whiz. Blah 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 blah.
Well, I was going to talk about
Tell us
Canute because
Canute. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
He also isn't in like
the
best form at the
but
moment.
I think he did. I was looking at him because I don't really like him, but I like his name. He's got a great name.
Ben Canute.
Canute, even though he's American, he sounds Canadian.
Is he? For some
He's
reason I thought
American.
he was Canadian.
Yeah, exactly, because his name's Ben Canute.
Actually, he wears that American hat.
Yeah,
I should
he
really know
looks
that.
so dumb, really. But I kind of like him. I don't mind him. He's got a good swim. And he, in Challenge... Which one did they just... Challenge Miami, where Sam Long just, like, smoked everyone pretty much. He only got outbiked by Sam Long by 2 minutes or something. So his bikes... Right. I mean, his run lets him down repeatedly. But I like him to have, like... be with those guys and stay with those guys on the bike as well. I just don't think his run can hold. But
that's actually the theme, like, of the whole race, is all these guys, except Alistair Brownlee. So that's the case.
Do you want to move to?
Yeah, let's do it.
Go on.
Ali Brownlee. So I looked back. He had a injury in 2019, and then he actually had it. I think 6 years prior, he started to get these ankle problems, and then he got a bad injury in Challenge Daytona, I think. Where he stopped in the race.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's where it started, but basically the entire 2021 season didn't even race. So he doesn't actually have a PTO ranking. He doesn't even, which is actually huge. Like, I was looking at the PTO rankings. So this race, this does show you that Ironman, the company, are just so full of it, man. So the PTO are going to pay the top 20 guys at the end of the year, 100 grand, 90 grand, 80 grand, 70, all the way down to 10 grand, the top 20, which is awesome.
Not bad.
Not bad. The winner of this race gets like 7K. The winner.
And it's like a pretty big race too. Like it's one
like
on
one
the
of the big
calendar,
ones.
you know?
Yeah. So,
yeah, look, they're just, so.
But it does go to, it goes to show that I reckon the strategy for a lot of these guys is to actually go and race the sort of mediocre races throughout the year, and you can see there's a few guys who are sort of choosing to do that. Obviously, Sam Long's not doing Kona, like
he's not doing this race now either.
And you know what he changed? He changed it to Challenge Roth, which is a PTO event. So these things,
and you're right, because I looked at it. It was something like he put up a post, didn't he, or something about it was just like about having more money, essentially. Like it was like, why would I not do this? Focus on this for like now. So.
Like, let's be honest, like they're starting to phase out like Ironman from the equation. Like nobody talks about, like it's almost like the company has just become an Ironman. Like it's just called an Ironman 70.3. The company to these triathletes doesn't exist. No one ever mentions them.
It's just simply based off the distance. I mean,
as it should be. Those guys are useless. I mean, how are you paying your athletes that low? Like there's just no way. And they you know why I know that it's so bad is you look on their website and there's just no information.
No, you can't find anything. You can't find a thing.
To find the race link to watch it, you go onto Talbot Cox Instagram or like onto Lionel's video. That's where you find the link.
It's so bad.
Not even on their website. Like you literally go onto Ironman 70.3 Oceanside.
Nothing.
And it's like sign up for the race.
Yeah, it's like here's athlete information.
I mean, we are age groupers, so I guess that's what we would do.
That's applicable to us.
That's applicable to us, but not to like.
We'll just pick and choose what we want.
Yeah, bloody oath. So it's just.
But yeah, Alistair Brownlee. That'd be exciting to see him kind of go at it again. I think. I don't know. I have no idea where he's gonna. I mean, he's a great triathlete, but he's been out for like 2 years.
Yeah, you know what? With him, actually, he sort of runs with like really loose ankles. You know, it looks really nice, but if you're like just a 10K runner, then
good,
you're in, mate.
Longer.
But I feel like once you start getting to these longer distances, he breaks down because he had surgery, right? Apparently, the surgery was to break down like scar tissue in his tendons.
Right.
I mean, I'm thinking, what the hell is that?
Why?
Like scar tissue in your tendons, like if you've ever seen a tendon with scar tissue, which I haven't, but I can't imagine it's like a clean cut. You know, that's a pretty rough surgery. It's not like fixing a meniscus or something where it's like, okay, now it's sort of back to where it needs to be. That's sort of like cleaning it up almost.
Yeah.
It's like this is munted in here, mate.
And
but I'll give
like
it a go.
It's not going to get better. Like that sounds like something that just kind of keeps rearing its head. But I don't know.
But the thing with him, he still elicits fear in these guys. Hey, like you listen to them talk, and they're like, "Oh, you know, Alistair Brownlee, he's a bit hit or miss, but you can tell they're sort of waiting for him. They know that he can come and have a huge performance, man. Yeah. So, do I expect him to win? Probably not. But because of the way the dynamic's going to work with Lionel, who's sort of the guy who should win, it's the door isn't wide open.
There's no pressure on him. That's the other thing is Lionel's got all that pressure on him that he's put on himself almost.
Ah, well, he has through his multimedia company, you know, his conglomeration, his corporation.
Yeah, I guess. Do you want to talk about? I don't know. I mean, Sam Long's not doing it. He pulled out, so there's not many. I mean, Appleton.
For some reason, Appleton just doesn't strike. He doesn't strike me in my heart. That guy. I know he's good.
You said it before. You know what's going to happen. So it's like, sure, you'll be like, oh, he's out of the swim. Cool. Oh, he's on the bike. Cool. Wow. Oh, he's got what lead? Ah, nice.
Nice. That's
then he's on the run. Oh, what? What's the deficit? Oh, it's dropping.
No. There he is.
He's dropping back.
Fourth? Yeah, fair.
There you go. So it's like.
But the thing is, we can just repeat ourselves over and over again because Rudy Von Berg's the exact same.
True.
But I like Rudy. I want him to do well. I like his wide running style. You know, he really moves a lot of body parts. Like he would have to have a lot of gels. I reckon that guy.
You think he's using a lot of extra energy?
Ah, yeah, for sure. Like even I'm trying to think who are the boys who would need a lot of gels. I would think Lionel would need a lot of gels because he's so stiff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like he's holding a lot of tension.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, you know, mitochondrial metabolism right now. You know? Like, aren't these the things you think about when you watch a race?
All the time. I'm like, wow.
Wow, those muscles are tense. Like Lionel's back muscles in the TT position are using energy.
Yeah, I mean, you can see him there.
Yeah,
in that picture.
Yeah. Like his big juicy hump.
You can just see it.
I mean, it does. It's nice though. It's like a Porsche sports car. It slides down the small of his back. It sort of whips out the back. And you're like, whoa, jeez.
Yeah.
Like if Lionel was an F1 car, it'd be hard to overtake because he leaves turbulent air.
True. Wow. Look at you. Physics and stuff.
Physics and poems and.
That's too deep.
Can you tell
that
I'm
way too deep?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's just a photo of him running, just like with his back being really, really tense.
Really tense.
I mean, my back's tense. I feel like I hold a lot of tension.
Oh man, I hold tension everywhere. Like when I run, I like to have, and you know, the spring can come from a lot of places, you know, which it should come from, say, your knees mainly, right? Maybe a bit of hip, but for me, it's all in the neck. You know, like one of these, like you jut it forward, and I like to slam my facet joints every time.
Yeah, it's good.
And then like really jut my neck forward and close off my throat.
Do you want to talk about you some more?
Yes.
Anyway, I was going to say, quick mention, Ben Canoe did win this last year.
He won it the year before too.
Yeah, so he likes the course.
True.
I don't know. He did a 3:46 last year.
Oh, I don't think that's good.
I think that's going to be fast.
Although it's hilly, like both the run and the bike are pretty hilly bike, so I guess it's hard to know.
I mean, there's something to be said for liking the course. I don't know.
But also there's something to be said for the fact that you are just pedaling in a straight line for the most part. You are also running in a straight line. I think the swimming for him, I don't know what his background is, but I think he's a pretty good ocean swimmer.
Well, I think so.
Like, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that start, because I know it's not good for Lionel theoretically.
No.
But is it an equalizer? Because like good technique's not going to work when you're in just the thrashy water.
I suppose, but I feel like I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters where they start. Those guys are just going to be
pump it,
pushing each other so fast.
But if Lionel can stay with them, then I'll eat my words, eh? But I just don't see it, eh?
And yeah, I feel like if he does stay with them, he's just burning calories. Like he's just wasting energy. I don't think it's worth it to. I mean, maybe it is, because you stay with those guys. If they see him get out of the swim right behind him, they're like, "Holy shit, this is like."
Actually, funny enough, I think with the guys who really are good, I think if you're going full beans in the swim, you recover immediately once you get on the bike.
Yeah, true.
I'm pretty sure, like, when I was talking to a few people, like, they'll go
hard as they can.
Pretty hard.
Yeah.
Like, they're certainly not conserving energy in the swim, and I think it's just because they're wearing a wetsuit, they can use their arms pretty much. Like.
True. Yeah.
So I think he'll send it, especially at the start, to try and get on the legs.
Try and stay, and if he doesn't, then maybe.
Well, because if he can somehow, some miraculous way, get on their feet at the first turn, and when he get back into the harbour, he'll be able to stay on their feet because it's so flat.
Yeah,
but
that's a good point.
I don't know. Tall task. Did we talk about Rudy?
A little bit. I mean,
a little bit.
We kind of said the same thing as
you do forget that he came third at the World Champs 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when Gustav won it for the first time, and Alistair Brownlee won it the second time. So those two have ridden together a lot, and actually interestingly, Rudy is like a ridiculously good descender.
Right.
Like, yeah,
I didn't know that.
Like watching the 70.3 Worlds.
Yeah, right.
He was putting huge gaps into Gustav and Ali Brownlee.
Yeah,
so
right.
he's obviously like, he's good and funny. I do see him riding in like pretty technical.
So he's got good bike handling.
And I don't really know if Oceanside has any cornering or anything.
I don't know.
I do know that did you know there's a speed limit in a section of the course?
Really?
Yeah.
Are you pulling the piss?
No, I
Really?
read it on the website, and apparently,
why?
Apparently, what's that girl's name? Taylor Nibb.
Oh yeah.
She was talking about the fact that they don't know whether it's 35 miles an hour or 25 miles an hour. There's like
25 miles an hour.
I know. Like you'd have to literally slow down. I don't know how long.
All right. Well,
I know how weird
that's
is
news
that?
to me.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
why would that be? Because it's like a built-up area or something.
I don't know. It's reading the
Like
website.
cars, you can't like a school zone.
This is fucking Iron Man, honestly.
Can't find a thing.
Well, they just, I think, I mean, organizing things badly. Because I think they go through some national park or something, and then it becomes illegal. It's like, it's a pro race, man. What does that say?
Final stretch, but Oh, no passing and no speeding zone where the speed limit is 25 miles per hour.
So it's true.
Gee, so no passing and and 25 miles. How long is it? Do you know? Does it say?
I don't think it says. I think it was like 39 miles into the bike.
But how long is the stretch?
I have no
Don't
idea.
know. Wow, that doesn't really impact at all, but it's just so weird.
I guess not. But what a strange thing where it's like, all right, everybody, I know this is like the best athletes in the world, but slow down.
Slow down. You're actually going too fast. 25 miles. What's that? Sorry, I gotta do Ks. That's like
It's like
30. Nah, not even.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like 30. Well, yeah, 35, 36, 37 k an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still pretty quick, but yeah.
Slow enough to impede if it's on a flat.
It's quick enough for me. I wouldn't need to slow down.
In fact, they would ask me to speed up because
They're
it's
like,
getting
"Hey,
dangerous. It's like, mate, people are
No one can pass you.
Yeah, like people are passing you and they're almost like careening into the back of you. Would you like pedal a little bit harder?
Yeah.
Like get out of the small ring.
Before maybe we'll give our top three in a sec and maybe an underdog pick. I just wanted to give a little recognition to the women's race as well. I mean, I don't pay attention as much to the women's stuff.
No, but
just because there's not as much YouTube content and, but the race has Daniela Reef, Taylor Nibb, Sky Moench. I don't know how to say her name.
Yep.
Paula Finley, Holly Lawrence, Heather Jackson. But that's a really good field.
That's stacked.
Apart from Lucy Charles Barkley.
Yeah. But, I think we were talking about this before. I'm sort of out on Lucy Charles Barkley. She was
I'm out on her, but like...
She was the darling of triathlon, and I'm like,
but apart from her, that's everyone.
True.
That's most... I mean, there's probably a couple missing, but be interesting.
I think
I'm interested to see Taylor Knibb.
No, you know what the thing with Taylor Knibb is though, right? So
Yeah.
everyone's having a big like a hoo-ha about the fact that she's got a time trial bike.
Track.
She looks less aero in the time trial
Yeah,
bike
I
than she
know.
does on her roadie.
I reckon she'll go slower.
She's done one of these.
They all do it though.
I
That's
know,
what
but
happens. I think
Maybe the road bikes are better just for the.
she might
geometry.
figure it out. She might just do this race. I mean, she looks cool.
Oh yeah, she's a strange person. Like she was interesting. She's like good high energy. Actually,
Yeah.
You know,
I like
Likeable.
her. I like her.
she's certainly not arrogant. Like you wouldn't know that she's like a
No.
high level athlete.
No. So I just wanted to shout that out. I think it'll be a good race. Both I
Mm.
mean, the women's arguably has more top contenders now that Sam Long's pulled out and
True.
all
True.
that. So
And we always get around Paula Finley. I like Paula Finley.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
she's good.
yeah. Eric Lagerstrom.
Yeah, he probably goes about the same speed as her, right?
Where do you reckon he'll finish? Outside the top
Because he's
10?
racing. I really like Vetch for that guy. I just think there's a struggle when you are training with your partner as a male athlete to. This sounds a bit rough, but I guess to train harder. No.
Well, they just are faster. So if you're training with them, it's obviously inherently you're going a bit slower. you
Yeah,
know?
well, it's the same problem with,
It's like if
with Metzler. Yeah.
if you were training with me, you know,
yeah.
you're the woman.
Am I?
What?
What?
I don't know. Yeah, it's the same. Metzler.
No, but training with you just means I get to just sit on the wheel and just
sit on the wheel.
get some carbs in. I actually love that.
I love it too. I feel like a huge
But-
alpha.
No, but you know what it is I sit on your wheel for about 90% of the time,
Yeah.
but I get like nothing because you're too low.
Oh yeah,
know
there's
what I
no
mean?
irrigator. You're too
But when
tall.
you get behind me, you might
There's
as well
nothing
like
there.
you might as well just set up shop, chuck the legs over the handlebars, and just like have a bit of a rest.
It's good.
'Cause I've got a
it's nice that happens.
I've got a saily chest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Like
but,
you can tell wind would hit this and just like
how often am I there? Maybe like,
behind there.
yeah,
Oh mate, you know.
not often, especially recently.
See, in your mind, I'm in front of you, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, go faster!" And then you just sort of speed up, and that's how you speed yourself up on these rides.
Yeah.
You know, you
I just
see
picture
me.
you.
You picture me, and you're like, I'm feeling some alpha tendencies." Yes. Goodbye.
So yeah, do you want to give your top three?
Top three.
What the finish you think will
Mm-hmm.
eventuate, or should we give them at the same time?
No, you go first. You go first. Yeah. I like to alpha you by making you go first.
And then change your pick based on what I say.
Exactly.
Yeah, good. All right, so I do have, despite everything we said, Lionel coming first. I think, he pulls it together. It might not be the prettiest, I don't think, but I think he'll do it. Number 2, I have Alistair Brownlee in a comeback. No reason. Haven't seen him race at all.
No.
Have no idea. Just purely reputation. And I think he'll do very well. Number 3, I'm going to go with an outside pick. Well, maybe not an outside pick. I feel like you have an outside pick. You're looking at me in a certain way. You're looking a real certain
I'm
way.
looking all kinds of ways.
That'll be fun when he comes like 15th or something. But I'm going to take... Can you see how prepared I was for this?
Yeah.
I'm going to take Ben Canute.
Yeah,
I think he knows it's a safe pick.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but
those are safe.
I'm
those
out here to
three
try
are
and
safe.
I'm out here to try and win the picks.
Fair enough.
We should do a leaderboard for the year. We should
we
pick
should,
every race
actually.
and then who gets the most
We'll make
right.
Ben do some work for us. Ding! Thanks, Ben.
And look at it right here.
Yeah, wow. And if it's not here, like right in our hands,
I'm going to punch Ben in the
I'm going to
head.
punch Ben straight in his bell bag. All right.
All right, go on.
My top 3 is a weird one, eh?
Oh, wow. Look at this guy being a little different.
I was tippy tapping away on my research computer doing research.
Some of us have to work a full-time job, you know. Don't have the whole day to...
No, I worked 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 1, I also have Lionel.
Mm-hmm.
Wishful thinking for sure, but also it does... I feel like same as you. He'll pull it off. I just don't see anybody else winning, weirdly. I mean, Alistair Brownlee could easily win. Like, if he actually has his legs under him, like,
No
easily.
doubt.
But I'm not putting my money on it. I don't trust his body, you know.
Okay.
Actually, before I go, Alistair Brownlee is the sort of guy who doesn't use his muscles when he doesn't need to use them. Hey, he looks soft.
Right. Yeah.
He's got soft skin.
Supple.
Like he uses aloe vera lotion after a long day in the
the
Great
sun.
British Coast.
Yeah. Where you're not even getting a lot of sun anyway.
Yeah.
So.
He,
True.
Yeah,
Wow.
like,
A lot of hate on Alistair Brownlee.
No,
here
I
from
like
you.
him. He's cool.
Wow.
Wow.
That was said with a lot of sarcasm.
All right. So Lionel number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, I'm gonna go my boy Rudy Von Berg. I reckon he was saying that like he was having a bit of trouble last year because I think he got sick once and then something else happened to him the year before. I can't remember what happened, but
Yeah.
if I look back at that video of him coming third in the World Champs,
Yeah.
the guy can really bike and he can really swim and he
true.
holds it together on the run. Like he's not a great runner,
Yeah, I like that pick actually.
but he's a solid runner. And then the third guy, this is someone that I didn't even know existed until I looked it up like before you got here today.
Wow,
His name is Jason West.
yeah, I see him there.
You see him?
Okay.
He came second in Clash Miami.
Yeah, right.
I didn't even know who he was.
Yeah, I
And
haven't heard of him.
and he's like, I look back, he's been around since like 2016. Didn't do anything the first couple of years.
Right.
And I think he's from the US.
Yeah, he is.
And man, I watched his highlights. He looked really good. He's a good runner.
What's his strength? Yeah,
I think it's running. But don't clap me on
Well,
that.
that's
I didn't
good.
know. So,
Especially with this field, I feel,
mhm.
even if he's down a bit. That's
Yeah.
a nice pick. I like that.
Thank you.
I guess that's your underdog pick.
That's definitely the underdog pick. But I reckon our underdog pick from the both of us should be Stevie.
Wow, thanks for just ruining
Sorry, go on.
ruining my underdog.
Retract.
No, it's fine. I
information.
just think Steve McKenna, good old Australian, even though Appleton's Australian.
Yeah,
Kind of a bit of a douche.
yeah, he's a bit of a douche.
Unless you want to come on the podcast, Appleton.
Yeah. I like burning bridges early on in the piece.
Yeah.
and
I don't
hope
want
that nobody
anyone
goes-
to ever come on this podcast.
Yeah, nobody's
apart
gonna-
from Lionel.
I really hope that nobody watches back. In 3 years' time when we have 300,000 million.
A million? What do you mean 300,000?
No, 300,000 million.
Yeah,
subscribers.
Yeah.
Do that arithmetic.
Is
in
that
your
3
brain.
billion?
No, it's more.
Oh, wow.
Is it more, Ben?
Wow.
300,000 million.
It's more than 3 billion. Oh, right. So
Really?
more than the population of the world, yeah. So we've moved to another planet and we have now contacted
No.
aliens.
The doggies and the catties subscribe too.
All right, mate. I'm going to move on there.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think Steve McKenna,
Yeah.
local boy.
Well, fun fact: he raced in our Ironman. And
We
came
saw
second.
him
We did see him. He
for
looked.
like 2 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, he was flying, but he looked very upset.
He won't look upset when he comes 7th.
That's
I reckon that's right where he comes. But I don't.
that's not even going to pay for his flight back though.
That's what I mean.
That's why I don't get it. I think you just want to come in the top 20 at some point in the PTO, and then because he's only ranked I think 50th in the world. No, maybe it's 20.
He could get up there.
I forget where he was ranked, but anyway, not in the top 20.
So that's our picks
Mm-hmm.
right there.
You beauty.
Guys to look out for.
Mm-hmm. Other things with the course? Any other points you can make?
I don't think so.
I don't think it's the most technical course from looking at it. It's actually a really nice course. Like I was looking at it on the website.
Yeah.
It's only one loop.
Yeah, right.
That's
Oh,
so
that
good
is
mentally.
nice.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, because they go out, like they start, like the actual transition is in the harbour, I think, and then they go out,
Yeah.
like it's in that little
Yeah.
cove bit,
Yeah.
and then they go out and they just do a big loop and then come back, which,
That would be really nice.
I respected them to getting for, actually, like shitting all over Ironman is something that I like doing, but good on them for, 90 Ks of straight road, because normally you'd only get,
That's probably why they're going through
45.
speeding zones and stuff, so they have to slow down.
yeah, true.
So they did that as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well that concludes part 1 of the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Unless you want anything more to say about the race.
Go Lionel, Big Daddy Lionel.
Let's actually just get real straight right now. I want Lionel to win, and I want him bad. And if he doesn't win, I'm not doing this podcast anymore.
Oh, it'll be a very sad podcast.
Oh, man.
The next time you see us, actually, possibly.
Please. He looks so worried, Like, I feel like he's like a little baby bird flying out the nest. And I'm like, please don't careen into the rocks beneath.
And he will. Wait for it.
Yeah.
There'll be some new problem that shows up,
Yeah, true. You'll
It
have
was
like...
swimming, and then it was nutrition.
No. I feel like the next one is like tuberculosis. You'll get mid-race tuberculosis.
That's common, I've heard.
Yeah, every time. It's like,
Yeah.
damn it, every time I get on that saddle, it gives me freaking tuberculosis.
Just something about it being on my butt.
Yeah.
gives
Something,
me-
something about the stiffness of my groin.
All right, that's enough for that.
And we're back. All right. I was going to name this segment.
Part 2.
What was that segment? Ah, yeah.
Skip.
I was going to name this segment, and I am going to name this segment. This segment is called Skipper Goes Bang. Whoa, that's going to rip your ears out. I should probably...
by the way, he's doing Ironman South Africa this weekend.
Yeah, true.
Well, so that'll be interesting. I don't know. Anyway, continue.
Watch out about getting shot when you're out there. Anyway, so let me get it out. So I was watching GTN as I do, as is my want.
As is your need, as is your want.
And they brought up a little article that Joe Skipper wrote about the Norwegians.
When did he write this?
I think it came out like 6 days ago, so pretty recently. The title is "Don't Believe the Norwegian Hype," says Joe Skipper. Wow.
That's fighting words.
He really does have fighting words, and I do respect it, but he did get beaten by old Landry in the Collins Cup. So just to remind everybody of that.
I like the confidence.
Yeah, fair enough. He's just...
So continue.
Yeah, okay. So let me read it. Looking at the Ironman performances last year, I don't understand why everybody was raving about Gustav in Florida, he says. He ran a 3:34, but the course was 600 to 700 meters short. You can see it on Strava. His average pace was the same as I ran in Ironman Switzerland, but Switzerland was 900 to 1,000 meters long, and I did that off 2,000 meters of climbing. Wow.
I mean, you got to have confidence in yourself, I guess.
He talks a lot, hey. Like people get on the Sam Long like, oh, he talks about shit, but he like especially now, he doesn't talk any shit. He just maybe he does. I haven't actually been that plugged into him. But I guess he is pretty good. He does win most of the races he does.
Well, I heard on Sam Long talking shit, sorry. He did you see that post about like someone said like, "Oh, Sam will be hoping Lionel has a bad swim so that he can keep up with him or something." And then Sam Long was like, "Well, I've been in the pool with Lionel. He can't keep up with me on any thresholds, and now he's not doing the race." So that's one way to do it. Anyway, yeah, I mean, Skipper better back it up. He's got an Ironman this weekend.
Yeah, the problem is I don't think
see it, man.
Even if he doesn't back it up, I don't think it's going to register in his head.
Well, he can just wait until Gustav just beats him out right then, I guess.
And I think Gustav will. But this is the thing. Let me read this next bit, and this actually speaks to a thing that I can't get my head around. Gustav uploaded his data, and it was 250 watts on the bike. That was just a Zone 2 ride. I averaged 260 watts for a 4.5 hour Sunday ride, and then ran 10Ks at 320 per km. Gee, that's specific, mate. That is like that's the biggest humble brag I've ever heard in my life.
Gustav, 250 watts for what?
For the Ironman, like in the race.
Yeah, right.
It's really low.
It's low.
Anyway, if they ride 250 watts in St. George, they'll be so far behind from starting the run, they won't even be a factor. I won't have to worry about them. Whoa. And then he goes on. He goes on and talks about Lionel, the fact that he outbiked him by 8 minutes, and then talked about...
Wow.
Yeah.
He's getting all over it.
And talked about Christian as well. I think where did he say it? He's like, back to Eden and Blumenfeld, it's not only the bike and the run where Skipper believes that they have their work cut out. He's basically saying that he doesn't reckon either of them are getting into the front pack. Which
on
is
the swim?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean...
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Jay.
But that doesn't... Yeah, okay.
I feel like Blumenfeld will get into the front pack.
Oh, not if he raced how he did in Dubai.
What was with that? I don't know. Oh, no, he got a flat though, right?
Oh.
Yeah, he got a flat. But even still, he wasn't in the race, even before he got the flat.
He'll be alright.
He'll be fine.
I don't really care about him, honestly.
You're not a fan?
Not hugely, no. But that's some really tough chat there.
Yeah, it's like actually like bullying. Like that's borderline mean.
Yeah, like they should. They should. Yeah, I want them to go back at him. I want some drama.
Yeah, but they won't though. They'll just be like, okay, that's fine.
I guess so.
I'll just eat pizza, but I am world champ, and I'll eat more pizza. Thank you.
They'll just. I mean, I can't wait for St. George. Far out. It's gonna be so good. I want more beef just so it builds up. There's so many little battles.
I do feel like there is a lot of tension around the place. Yeah. I think a lot of the guys are kind of similar level. Yeah. Especially at the top. Yeah. Like I think Jan's feeling a bit of pressure from Gustav and those boys. And then, Lionel has his... People beef with Lionel for some reason, even though Lionel doesn't ever talk shit, really.
No, he's actually but he would... Nice. I can imagine how he would annoy me if I was another triathlete.
Trey, he's very... this guy again. He's sort of like the Tom Cruise of triathlon. Yeah, he's just like... Yeah. He likes to preach about how much he does, I guess. I don't know. It would be a bit annoying. But I love it. I eat it up. I feel like that's... I feel like, to me, that's just Joe Skipper trying to throw himself into the conversation. To me. I guess it's hard when you live in, like, the UK.
Ugh, why? Why do you live there?
Tough.
I feel like it's at the moment. I mean, even though Lionel's 3, I feel like it's a big 3.
Mm.
Jan, Gustav, and Blumenfeld, and maybe Lionel's close-ish.
Maybe.
And I feel like Skipper's feels himself getting lost in the crowd.
I think Skipper, the problem with him is he only does Ironmans really well. So you're cutting off half of the races that you can be a part of, and he'll never be high in the PTA rankings, which is dumb because that's the new media.
That's where it's moving.
Yeah, that's where it's all moving. You have to be part of the PTO if you want to be a well-known triathlete.
I guess he's leaning into his strengths, I suppose. But
fair enough. I was just thinking this the other day. Imagine like your greatest strength in life is to be a good Ironman guy. Like,
it's a grim life.
Fuck that.
That's
like,
so.
Imagine like, how do you make money? Let me tell you, 4K swim, 180K bike, and a 42K run.
And I get paid like
just another Sunday morning.
I get paid like.
And you can't do anything else. So it's not like you can go down and do a 70.3 and win it and be like, a little bit of cash in my kitty. No,
it's harder to go
Ironman every time.
Yeah.
Like who's doing an Ironman this early in the season? That's tough.
Yeah, imagine going every race you do as an Ironman. Like every time you line up on that start line, you're like, yep, today I'm doing another Ironman.
Nah, not about that life, hey.
Anyway. But we'll see. I mean, he's talking a lot of crap.
Mm-hmm. I guess so will we. All right.
Yeah, but we're sitting in a room with microphones.
A really hot room with two hot boys.
Moist.
Hey, I was just wondering, did you notice my biceps?
Are they getting smaller?
Come on, man. Be serious. For 5 seconds in your life. No, but seriously, I actually wanted to talk about this just to finish.
Oh, you've been working out.
I did a buys and tries.
Why are you talking about this?
No. Stop. I did a buys and tries workout, right? And now my arms are so sore, but they're also small. So like that's why
there's no benefit.
So the reason why I'm bringing this up on a triathlon podcast is do triathlon because the gym sucks. You know,
the gym does suck.
Like you're still going to be a little string bean, but then you're going to get DOMs.
It's the worst of both worlds.
Like my triceps are so sore. Like I've just been agonizing them over them all day. We'll just work up. I'm like, oh.
Why are you doing an arms workout? You just started going to the gym like a week ago. Just like do some compound lifts, man.
Mate, don't you chat that bull drive.
Those things are huge. Can that camera pick it up? I don't know. You might have to zoom in, like really far.
No, that hurts my feelings.
Got him. All right, we'll end it on that. Can I get another one?
You can get another one. Wow, that is
sopping.
That is sopping wet.
I'm getting wetter each time. Maybe beep that out. I don't know. Nah, leave it in. All right.
And then leave this in too.
Blah!
Blah!
Don't leave that in.